Hey guys, we are here with Ashleigh Dunston, Wake County candidate for District Court Judge. It's a pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for coming. First of all, let me preface this by saying, full disclosure, I know Ashleigh and I know her husband really well. Great family, wonderful people, beautiful children. And it's such a pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Steve. It's a pleasure to be here with you as well. Thank you for having me.
Ashleigh, we will jump right into it. So first, tell the audience a little bit about who you are for those out there who don't know you. Give them a little bit, a quick 30-second, 1-minute snapshot of who Ashleigh Dunston is.
Well, who I am currently, as you said, a candidate for Wake County District Court Judge. My experience from that avenue, I am currently an Assistant Attorney General for the state of North Carolina. I've been in that role for several years, traveling the entire state representing the DMV to ensure that our roadways are safe. Prior to that, I was with the Wake County District Attorney's Office. I was there for several years. I specialized in areas such as misdemeanor death by motor vehicle, misdemeanor child abuse, and also in juvenile court and drug treatment courts. Juveniles are definitely something that I'm very passionate about, and so I make sure that I go out in the community and speak to our youth and our kids about the criminal justice system, because I think that it's very important that they see individuals in the system that are accessible to them, but they also have an understanding of it prior to hopefully not entering it as defendants, but hopefully will enter it as attorneys or judges or clerks or bailiffs or officers. But I want them to see the full picture. So I'm very passionate about that. So I love going to schools and talking to students, and also serving in the community in other avenues such as soup kitchens, as well as on the Fair Housing Board for the City of Raleigh, State Employees Credit Union, Kiwanis Club, my sorority,
Wow.
Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. I mean, I'm just really ingrained in our community because I love and I care about people. And so I've been a public servant since I graduated from law school. I went to North Carolina Central University School of Law in 2012, graduated there with honors, and prior to that went to Wake Forest University, where I graduated with a bachelor's in psychology.
You are busy, and listen, seriously, I follow you on Facebook, so I see all of the places that you're at and the work that you're doing, because you are doing incredible work in the community. Let's talk a little bit about your running for District Court Judge, and what type of value are you looking to bring to the bench? What is it change, or is it adding to what's already there? What are you looking to bring to the bench here in Wake County?
Well, here in Wake County, I think that I bring something new. Number one, I'm young, obviously, but I bring a wealth of a different type of experience. There's not a judge on the bench who has served as an assistant attorney general currently. So that offers a different avenue. I mean, when you're assistant attorney general, you are delving into the appellate process of cases. So whenever a case goes up before the Superior Court, it will be appealed to the Court of Appeals, and that's handled by the Attorney General's office, and then it goes from there into the Supreme Court. So I bring that. I also bring the fact that I've traveled all over the state and represented the state in different avenues. But most importantly, I think I bring my experience. As an African-American female, I do have unique experiences that I could bring. On top of that, my dedication to the community. There are judges who do serve, but I feel like that is extremely important. So my heart for the people, I think, is extremely important. So the experience, as well as the leadership that I have being in the community and serving for so long, and then as well as my passion that I have for the people and for our youth, I think is what I add to the bench.
You also, you've mentioned it already, but let's go back to it and expand on it some. You serve on the Fair Housing Board,
Yes.
And you are the chair
Yes.
of that board. What does that mean? Tell us, what does the Fair Housing Board do?
Well, the City of Raleigh Fair Housing Hearing Board is not actually a hearing board at this moment. Right now, we are tasked with educating the community about fair housing laws, making sure that discrimination does not occur in landlord-tenant type of issues, as well as home ownership issues, which is extremely important. a lot of people do not recognize their rights as far as that. So that is what the hearing board is tasked with. I joined the hearing board about 2 years ago, and the very first thing that I did is read the ordinance for the City of Raleigh. And that ordinance states that we are in fact supposed to be a hearing board, and we are actually supposed to be hearing cases, and we are not. And so I have been tasked for the last several years to try to work with the city to make sure that we actually become a hearing board, so that we're a platform for those individuals who feel as though they have been discriminated against, and not just a filter through over to legal aid. So we have a great relationship with legal aid. We host a conference. We've been having community conversations lately where people in the community can come out and talk about their fair housing as well as affordable housing issues. And so that's kind of where we're tasked with right now, but we are really working hard to become a hearing board so that we can serve the community better.
You know, it's funny you mentioned affordable housing. Talk a little bit more about that if you can. Does Raleigh have enough affordable housing in your from your perspective?
Well, I have a very limited perspective on that, but I think that it's very clear that that is something that is a huge issue here in Raleigh. And the short answer to that is no. I do not think that we have enough affordable housing, and I think that it depends on what you want to classify as affordable. Affordable to some may not be affordable to others.
Sure.
So I think that this is something that is extremely important. I think that that is why we are trying our best to, gather the people and the city together to bring that discussion to the table, because the people really need to have that voice to help them understand that there are so many people living in hotels right now that do not have homes. There are so many children that are unable to have a bed to sleep in every night. And those are important issues that, from a judge's standpoint all the way to a councilman's standpoint, that we all should care about, because it's dealing with our people.
Absolutely.
So, yes.
Raleigh is one of the, not only the fastest growing cities and greatest places to live, but it's also one of the safest places to live. How do we keep Raleigh as one of the safest places in America to live?
Well, I think that it starts out with voting. That would be my first key. It's educating ourselves and voting on the right people in place. That brings forth a trust in our criminal justice system, to begin with that standpoint. Yep. It also brings a trust with our officers and the relationship with our officers and the community. As you being a previous police officer and having interacted with you while I was a DA, it was always important to have our officers out in the community where they knew and had relations with the people. I think that's the most important to keep crime down. People need to feel comfortable that they have the process in place, that they can speak to the police officer or call 911, be taken care of, and then the issue will be taken care of fairly and justly in our criminal justice system. I think that is how it trickles down and trickles back up to maintain the crime levels in our city.
Absolutely. Ashleigh Dunston, thank you so much for your time. I know we were quick, but to the point, and I think the most important thing is people get an opportunity to know you better, and they're going to have that opportunity throughout the rest of not only 2017 but into 2018 as well. Absolutely, yes. And if they need any more information, please visit my website. It's www.dunston, DUNSTON, FORJudge.com. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks, guys.